It's weird looking at my life right now, because for the last 2 years, everything moves so fast.
All those grinding times, bro.
One moment I'm working crazy restaurant shifts, wondering what I'm even doing with my life, and then somehow, I'm getting invited to creator events, working with brands that I used to look up to, buying a car, a house, and honestly, I still feel like I'm catching up to my own life. After high school, I genuinely had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, like absolutely nothing. I thought about apprenticeships, I tried college, I was working full-time, actually more than full-time. At one point, I was juggling Taco Bell job and a factory job all at the same time, which now sounds insane saying out loud, but I remember being on my feet for like 13 to 15 hours a day, just trying to save up enough money to buy my first car. And honestly, I didn't really think my life was that terrible. I think being an immigrant changes your perspective a lot, because even when life felt hard, part of me was just still grateful to be here. I come from Rwanda, a small East African country. Back home, people wait years to just get opportunities like this. So I never really compare myself to people around me, because even when I saw my friends going to universities and having their whole lives mapped out, I still felt thankful. Confused, but I still felt thankful. Because for me, life felt like something I was figuring out minute by minute. I didn't know what my future looked like. I didn't even know what I was good at yet. And the crazy part is, I really never planned on becoming a creator. I never picked up a camera growing up. I never thought myself as creative. And honestly, you guys might call me crazy, but I thought creative people were just naturally gifted. People who had everything figured out, cool personalities, cool clothes, cool life, and me, I was just a quiet, introverted African kid just trying to get through life. I still remember buying my first Sony FX3. Financially, it made absolutely no sense. I spent almost my entire savings on this camera. And I remember praying to God like, bro, please make this work. Like, genuinely, this is all I have. I was risking everything on something that I really didn't fully understand yet. And I made this video talking about it, just being honest. It literally said, this is probably one of the most irresponsible purchases I've ever made. And somehow that video went viral. And then another one did. And then another one did after that. And suddenly, people actually cared, which still sounds weird saying out loud, because for the first time in my life, I actually meant something to people. And I think that changed me forever. Because I remember getting my first brand deal, it was like 400 racks. Bruh. Just kidding. It was like 400 bucks, bro. And I know that probably sounds small right now, but I remember looking at that payment thinking, wait, this means I can finally take few hours off of work. That was the first time I realized creativity could maybe buy me freedom. Not fame, freedom. And after that, everything just started moving so fast and happening so fast. Brand deals, followers, opportunities, and I'm sitting here like, who am I right now? Wait, what is going on? Because none of that felt real, and honestly, sometimes it still doesn't. I think a lot of people see my life online and assume it's just been this smooth success story. And trust me, I actually understand why. Most of what I post anyway is good moments, the wins, the achievements, the milestones. But I think part of that is because when I'm struggling, I usually just go silent. Not because I'm trying to fake anything. I just grew up believing that some things should just stay personal. But also, success changes things in ways that people don't really talk about, like loneliness. People don't realize how isolating content creation can become. Bro, most days, I'm either filming, editing, scripting, working, answering emails, or thinking about the next thing that I need to do. And somewhere along the way, you start forgetting how to just exist like a regular human being. And I think that's why time means so much to me now. Not the car, not the house, not even the followers. time. Because for years, my life was just survival mode. Work, sleep, repeat. I didn't know what rest felt like. I didn't know what slowing down felt like. And even now, sometimes I still feel guilty resting. Like I'm supposed to constantly be working or proving something. 2. Pressure. The pressure to stay relevant, the pressure to keep growing, the pressure to not fall behind, especially online. And comparison is probably one of the biggest things that I've struggled with recently, if I'm being completely honest. Because no matter how far you get, no matter how big that you think you are, there's always gonna be something or someone that you think is better than you. And if you're not careful, you start tying your worth to numbers, views, followers, performance, and that is absolutely dangerous because eventually you stop creating from a sense of passion and start creating from fear. And I think that's why I wanted to start this channel, because there's more to life than just a 30-second reel or video. There's just so much people never get to say in short form content that I personally want to say. So much context, so much story, so much humanity. And honestly, I feel like I've spent the last 2 years documenting everything except myself. The work grew, the audience grew, my life changed, but somewhere in the middle of all that, I never really stopped and paid attention to the person I was becoming. And maybe that's what this channel is. Not just cameras, not just editing, not just cinematic videos, which is all cool, but documenting the process of building a meaningful life in real time. The wins, the pressure, the faith, the creativity, the confusion, the growth, all of it. Because if there is one thing I've learned, is that you don't need to have everything figured out before starting. I definitely didn't. And honestly, I still don't. But maybe that is the point. Maybe life is not fully about figuring yourself out. Maybe it's about having the courage to keep becoming. And I think, for the first time in a long time, I'm finally ready to let people into that process.